Using statistics software or analysis to prove the hypothesis that you formulate is very important for any research topic. Uh, for this one here, uh, we are trying to prove that it's require the uh, statistical analysis, to prove your hypothesis theory, especially on my topic here on the buildings defects. My name is Roslan Talib, together with my supervisor, Associate Professor Dr. Zailan Suleiman from School of Housing, Building and Planning, University of Science Malaysia, will present this paper named Substantiating Building Defect Cause Hypothesis using SPSS statistical analysis found from the quantitative data. Okay, now construction defects takes many forms, and there are problems nobody want to deal with. Anything from poor workmanship to defective building materials or products can be considered construction defects. Okay, so from this paper here, we are doing the quantitative research method. By formulating a Google form survey, of course, using the Likert scale, 5 Likert scales, where we had received during this pandemic, it's been a problem to get hold of the people, and we got about 86 participants replied on the survey, and this is the data that we have here, and we're using simple IBM SPSS recent version 26, and then we have test the hypothesis. I think we had about 3 hypotheses to be tested. Uh, the key is that you are using this the chi-square asymptotic sigma formulations, the cross tabulation and histograms graphics to be analyzed from the statistics software. And the overall result is that in here somehow indicated that it's a proof that we are lacking of the centralized data. Okay, I will elaborate on this later on, and we should pay greater attention during the, especially on the post-construction period, where this building defects mostly happens. And with this, some these design detail mistakes also part and parcel of the hypothesis. And then from the findings, we hope that it can help these industry players get their attention, and we can have better finished buildings. Now, the paper started with introductions. I don't want to go further on that. That we have done the literature research here. That we have done from the ISI's corpus papers and so on, even some good books on the topics. And again, as I mentioned before, we get quoted by Creswell, the experts in the quantitative methods gurus, and we use the Google Forms and then send out all the questionnaire and formulates the flow charts where we use Rasley flowcharts from UTM, the experts in how the this research works, the process of it. And again, as I mentioned before, using this version 24 and 36, the IBM SPSS. Okay. Okay, basically the paper work on the questionnaire number 30 and 32, especially on the construction warranty here, and this is on the construction warranty versus the works experience, as well as versus the central defects data. Okay, and then it's let me see. It use this Likert scale from the Google Forms that we tabulate, and this is among the tables or figures that we work on this about the central data of the building defects versus this post-construction periods during where the warranty been issued, especially during the post-construction periods, and also versus this work experience of the respondents. And somehow in here you can see on the tables here, especially this 7 tables here, it's just like a good bell curve here, most of it, and the thing is you can see as far as the histograms is concerned here, the distribution is concerned, that it has a pattern here, that the symmetric histogram and the cut line is down in the middles, there, and a bit to the left and to the right, resembles of the mirror image. So you can see here that X1 and Y1 here located mostly to the lowermost right. Okay, with a frequency of 34. Okay, you total up the numbers there and times 2 with the addition of the bottom middle here. Okay, is among this the HPG histogram there with the X minus 1 and Y minus 1, a total of 38. The respondent from a total of n equal 86 positively agreed with the variable statements. It represent an ideal data set here. It also shows normal distribution, where it's mean an ideal data set, because most of it sort of like concentrated in the middle there, so it shows more score on the agreeing on the assertion about a 50. This demonstrates that the test has a positive score and significant contributed to the survey, as it indicates that since there is no accumulated central data can be referred to in identifying what stage of the constructions, where most of the construction defects found in the post-construction stage, uh, then the test analysis during the warranty and post-warranty period is required central database, meaning that the central database, as far as these things here, is valid. The statement is valid from this HBG equation in here. Okay, let's continue. Move on into the next one here, which is under cross tabulations, and on the frequency table showing the participants working experience in here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 division from 1 to 5 years into more than 30 years. Uh, Cross-tab analysis. On questionnaire number 33, from the list of the quantitative uh, schedule that we work into. So it's on this, the Q33 is on the proper architectural detailing. So it's how this detailing of and in the design stage can prevent about 90% of latent or non-latent defects to occur or reoccur. Okay, so this is the data analysis from the SPSS that we tabulate, somehow giving you the percentage of the analysis, the equations. Okay, the survey revealed that about 43% of the respondents, this one, 43 respondents, about 50%, click on the 5 in Likert scales there. Okay, so which is about quite high here, and even 4, meaning 5 is more accurate to the statement, the hypothesis here. Then if you have the proper details, you can prevent up to 90%. So it's about, you can see here, quite huge. Only about 2%, 2.3% only sort of like natural on that. So with Likert scale 1 and 2, or you can say 2 and 1 here. Disagree on the statements here, but you can see here it's a total of about 64.3% agreed on this hypothesis here. It's also measured about this 19%, which is quite high here. Those had experience up to 15 years, agreed on the issues here, the hypothesis there, meaning that it's more like middle experience. People have middle experience from 25 years down to about 16 to 1 to 5 years, but there are not too many with people respondent having 26 years and beyond, as shown in this statistical analysis here. Okay, we go for the last one here, the table here on the chi-square test. Normally, when we have this previous cross-step and then analysis, is how these two variables related or valid. So somehow we use this SPSS and then table out the chi-square test, and it shows here the significant test, the participants of the working experience and 90% defects during this detailing design. So somehow the results indicate that it is quite significant variables to be tested. I mean, like it's kind of valid. It just said that it has just a little significance of the overall of the study on the scope of the causal issues, but still shows the provisional significant is a fair result through this analysis in here. You can see here on the value and the linearity association 1.6 and also as the asymptotic significance 0.8, 0.8 and 0.2 shows the variables still relate and still significant of those two variables, the working experience and this hypothesis of the 90%